that up because everybody wants to pass one more time, but it was interesting way to end the game, that's for sure.
Dave, maybe just address the challenge tonight with a team that's this deep and play the way that they do, obviously the defending champs, and how big a challenge it is for your group right now.
Well, anytime you play the defending champs, there's a little more aura around the game, and I know their team well, I know their general manager well, I know their coaching staff well. They're a team that's when you win like that, you look like you play with confidence. Like you look at their whole group right through their lineup, they look like they play with confidence. They know they're a good team. So you have to go out and make sure that, your work ethic's in place, the details of the game are in place, because you know the other team's going to have them. So it's a good challenge for us. I want to see you go out and see how we play. We've got some players that can play better than they have been. It's about going out and putting the work in and finding a way to find a win against a good team.
They have a bigger defense than a lot of other teams do. They don't have a lot of 175-pound defensemen.
Yeah, their D is a deep D. Like they got. That's a big part of their group. But big guys that play the game the right way. And it's not just having one or two of them. They got 5 or 6 of them. Yeah.
Haas looks like he's getting a lot more comfortable. His speed has been noticeable. Is that just him maybe figuring out the game and now he can use his speed more to his advantage?
Yeah, I think it's more just, he's got his attributes are speed. He can make plays. He's a smart player. Like if you watch him on videotape, he's in the right positions a lot of time, but he's another one of these guys, like we talked a little bit about Persson yesterday. He's never played on this side, never played with the intensity and strength of it in a league like this before, so it takes some time to get used to it. But I give him credit; like every day he's working at it. He's watching a lot of video. He went down to Bakersfield and played a couple games. Originally had been scheduled to play a few more down there, and we needed him because of the injury. But he's come back and he's every day he gets a little better. So that's a good sign. We'll see where it goes with him, but it's good to see him get on the scoreboard the other night. That gives him a little bit of confidence, but he's a pretty good player, pretty smart player.
The strength of against big NHL players, what he has to work on. I noticed a couple of times he gets knocked down. He says, "How'd that happen?"
Yeah, no, I think that's part of it, and you learn how to deal with that, and it's learning how to deal with a little more physical game, and some of it is just the awareness of people are going to hit you over here. When you play on the big ice, there's less hitting, there's a lot of angling, and you lean on each other, but you don't hit each other. So that's an area here where things get condensed. You got bodies that are pushing maybe a little bit harder than they would over there, and that's part of the learning process for him.
I'd like to use him in special teams eventually because
he's
such a good skater.
Yeah, he's good. We've tinkered with him a little bit on the power play, but I think there will be some PK in him too. He's a smart player, and we've got some other players doing that here. And you got to be careful a little bit not to overload them too much. Let them grow. A player in that situation, but he's doing all right so far.
Dave, with Ethan Bear, maybe the quality in his game when he's under fire in his own end and has the puck on his stick, there seems to be an extra second that he can find sometimes. Can you maybe just address that quality and in a young defenseman, how important, rare that is?
It's important in today's game. Puck poise back there, the ability to make a play rather than just punt it or jam it up the wall that's a good ability for a young defenseman to have. Anytime you can come out of your zone with possession or find a guy that's open, it allows you to play with the puck more. So he's played a couple of years in the American League. We've talked about him a lot this year. He's come in and he's won this job, and part of it is he's kind of a today's defenseman where he can defend, he reads situations well, but he moves the puck well. And sometimes that's under pressure, which those are the ones you really notice when he creates time for himself to make a good play, and he's done a good job of it so far this year.
Sheahan close to coming in tonight?
Yeah, he's probably not going to come in tonight, but he's certainly close.
You said a couple times in the preseason that ideally in the bottom 6 you'd have a quick line and a heavier line. 16 games in, how satisfied or dissatisfied are you with
I think injuries have taken a toll a little bit on that. You look at the two guys that are out right now, or two of the guys that are out, and Nygaard and Archibald are both quick players. They add some quickness to our lineup. So, we'll see where it goes when those two come back. But Our fourth line, whether it was Sheehan and Russell and JJ, or now Kobe Caves come in and played real well. So we've got some strength down there, but as Haas comes along, we'll see where these other players come in. We'll hopefully add a little quickness to the lineup there.
Dave, Yurcho might be your second fastest skater. We've seen glimpses of his speed. What have you seen in his 11 games that you like, and what more do you want to see from him tonight?
Glimpses is a good way to put it. Like, there's been some times when we've liked him in there, and there's other times when there's not much happening. So he'll get an opportunity tonight here. I want to see. He's been out a couple games. He should be hungry to play. We'll see how it goes tonight.
Is that the story of his NHL career? I mean, he's had a tough time getting regular work because he looks like a player, but then.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll see. I don't like to go too much on history, but going on results from this year. But that's kind of how it's gone for him a little bit.
Dave Smith to start tonight.
Smith will start tonight. Yeah.
Dave, when you've got Connor and Leon on 3-on-3, is it imperative also that you have a second group that can at least create pressure to, so they're just not out there for 45 seconds until the other guys come up?
Yeah, we're working on that. There's.
You need
That's-
a faster winger, say, with Nuge.
Possibly.
In a 3-on-3.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. We'll see how it goes. Like, ideally, Connor and Leon play a big part of it. Ideally, I'd like to get to the point where we have three groups, three sets of forwards. So we'll see where that goes.
And Chase, if you talk to him about there's no external pressure from anybody saying, hey, you got to score goals. It must all be within him. After 22 last year, he's thinking, I got to score.
Yeah, I think he's pressing a little bit. He's one of those guys you'd like to get him on the board and see if we can get him going a little bit. But there's been lots of talk. But we got to.
Got to be there.
We got to find some results too.
Dave, can you talk a little bit about a guy who maybe just quietly has had a really solid year? You've kept him in one spot in Matt Benning. But what have you liked about his game, and why are you really comfortable with him just as your third pair right there?
He's just a steady guy. He's consistent. He's moves the puck all right. He competes hard. He's just a guy that's really, that's his niche on our team, and he's done a good job there. And just a steady guy, a reliable guy in that position.
Some people overlook plus minus as a coach. The goal is to outscore the opposition, right? And so when you're on the ice, it doesn't necessarily mean, but he's always been a plus player on a team that's given up a lot of goals. This year they're not, but he's again right up there in your team.
I'm not a big fan of NHL plus minus. So that's sometimes when they're really out of whack one way or the other, you can take something out of it, but I'm not a big fan of NHL plus minus, to tell you the truth.
Okay. What did you look at 5-on-5? Just that one specific?
I have my own system that I look at and gauge it off that.
What can you go into that a little bit? Can you go
No.
into what that system is? Is it just more like
It's a lot of it's done on scoring chances for and against.
Okay.
All the scoring chances that happen, not just the goals. I put in my years as a mustache guy for about 25, so I feel like I'm past that now.
do you ever see like
Why?
No, I was just curious.
Grace has a league. that he
Nuge
wants
is
to
our
join.
commissioner.
Oh, it's a tough league for you.
I got kicked out of the league at the start because Nuge didn't do the thing right, so I couldn't pick my team. Me and Nuge are on good terms on fantasy football.
So you're
Yeah.
protesting your
Right,
fantasy
yeah,
football.
I'm not, yeah. I just gave him my money and I just quit. So that's my fantasy football, yeah.
You got St. Louis rolling in tonight. They won another one last night, and obviously, they're flying since really the midway point of last season. What challenges do they present? What do you look for?
Yeah, well, obviously Stanley Cup champions, but they're a well-rounded, mixed group of guys. They're physical. They're a hard team. They're a heavy team, but they got the skill to go with it. So, good test for us. This is going to be a real strong team coming in here that's playing with confidence, and hopefully we expect our best out of us.
James, you've been around a long time. You've played in a lot of teams that made the playoffs. You've had now 15, 16 games to evaluate where this team is at. What do you like about your group? Is there anything that's maybe surprised you about the overall team play?
Well, I like I like our desperation in games. I like the way we come back. I like how we feel when we're never out of a game, no matter how we're playing. That's a good characteristic of a good team. But for us, I think everybody's willing to, do the work to get better. And I think right from day one, I kind of got that vibe from our room, and we're working on it. So we got a long ways to go, but we're off to a good start. And I think if we work through the kinks when we're winning games and playing well, it's better off for us. So I think we're a good group. We have fun in there, and it's been really great so far.
Early on, there was a lot of the big gunners were carrying the team offensively, but 3 games in a row now, your depth guys have chipped in with a goal and got 5 out of 6 points. Does it become a more fun group when you start to see more guys chip in like that?
Yeah, of course, you want everyone to chip in for sure, and that definitely makes everything a little easier when guys are maybe that aren't scoring, start potting some. So. I think you just need everybody. We need everybody to chip in, and we're going to need that throughout the course of the year, and you're going to need that in the playoffs if you want to win. So, as you start to see it, and guys starting to get more comfortable in their roles and chipping in here and there, it's helping us win hockey games. So, I like the way we're going.
James, for much of the season, a lot of what you and the teammates have said are we need to focus on ourselves, more so about our process. Well, you guys are nearing the quarter mark of the year. Is this a measuring stick game for you guys?
Yeah, I think, for sure. I think anytime Stanley Cup champions come into your building, you use it as a measuring stick game. But this is a strong, heavy playoff-built team. So, for us, we'll definitely see where we stack up here tonight. And it's a game that you're going to get up for. There's going to be lots of energy in the building. And, this is a game you want to win. So they're coming off a back-to-back. We've got to recognize our schedule where we're sitting right now at home, and you want to be a hard team to play at home. So we have a chance, to jump on them early. They probably got in a little late last night. They're not as rested as we are. So, we'll use that to our advantage.
Speaking of them coming off a back-to-back, did you happen to see the OT winner last night?
I saw the OT winner. Yeah, that was. I think everyone's saying that. I don't think I've seen that before, but. 3-on-3 is exciting. It's back and forth. Anything can happen out there. So I'm sure the fans enjoyed it. Not the Vancouver fans, that's for sure, but everyone else.
James, Ken Hall was talking about just you and Mike Smith being kind of chatty guys, and this room, a lot of their best players are naturally a little bit quieter. Can you talk about the importance you feel of keeping guys loose, and as veterans, maybe knowing how to challenge them in some ways and how to relax and make the room a little bit more vocal?
I think, both Smitty and I are definitely vocal guys. Maybe we're talking a lot. We're, you're challenging guys, you're challenging each other, and I think, that's the best way to be when you're, you want to be at your best, and you want everyone else to be at their best, and you want them to do everything they can to win games, and we're competitive guys, and I think, maybe. We have a few quieter guys, but that being said, we're also the older guys and the veteran guys in the locker room. And for for both of us, we've been through a lot of different scenarios, been on a lot of different teams, and been with a lot of different leaders. So, for myself, just kind of over the course of the years of playing, you learn things from a lot of great leaders, and you try to use that. So, just trying to help out and in ways that maybe guys haven't seen before or haven't heard before. So, but our room's really good. Guys are receptive to criticism. They want it. They want to get better. So, when guys want to get better, that's a great thing to have, and we have that in our room.
Any similarity to Sid and Connor in the room when they're speaking?
Yeah, for sure. They're, when they speak, everyone listens. It's a little different comparison for me in the leadership role, just because Sid and I are the same age. So I'm a lot older than Connor, and I've been around him a long time. So, but in that regard, for sure, when he says something, he's saying the right thing, and he's got a purpose behind what needs to be said. So, everyone listens. So he's been really good. He's, just the way he handles himself, the way he treats everyone, and the way he goes about his business he's a true leader, and he's a great hockey player, great person. So I can't say enough about him.
You mentioned to me earlier how last year was really tough on you. You'd never gone through that before, scoring. You even admitted that, you kind of lose your confidence. Having gone through that, and different player, but Alex has admitted, he's really frustrated right now. He's putting maybe too much pressure on himself. Having gone through that last year, do you talk to a guy like that, or would you wait till he would come to you? How would you?
Yeah, no, I can definitely talk to him for sure. We play on the same line, so we're talking back and forth here and there. But sometimes when guys are struggling, you just kind of let them work through it. You don't want to put too much on their plate or say something. That can irk him a little bit. I think you just got to let him put the work in, and he'll work through it. He's starting to get chances. He's skating better. He's moving, and I'm sure he'll get through it. So I'm sure this isn't the first time he's gone through it. I'm sure he's been through it 100 times over, and whether it's from junior to now, and he'll be just fine. So we got the guys in our room that help each other out, and we're all going to do our best to try to get them going on the score sheet, and it just takes one little thing to get someone going. So I know being through it, I go back to when I got traded from Dallas to Pittsburgh, and I was going to Pittsburgh to be a goal scorer, and I didn't score a goal for 22 games, and I was like, oh man, you think your world's coming to an end, and then you get on a hot streak and you start scoring again. So they come in waves. I think you just got to channel them differently and just try to stay as even keel as you can. It's early, and I'm sure it'll be just fine.
I love that you still know exactly how many games this many years later. It's
was an exciting overtime win that they got yesterday. What kind of challenge are they going to present compared to what you saw on Monday?
I think that's going to be a really good challenge. Like you said, they're Stanley Cup champions. It's exciting. I think everyone's excited to play them. I think it's going to be a good game. I think we both match up well, but I think it's going to go down to who's willing to work the hardest.
I don't know. There's a site out there that tracks a lot of quick passes out of the league. We're in the top 10 in the NHL amongst defensemen, and we've seen it a lot. Those really short 3-foot passes, guys under pressure, and just slide it to the guy. Where's that patience in your game come from?
I think just years of playing. I think it's a part of my game that I'm good at. I think I like to move the puck and kind of get on the offensive side. It's hard to defend in this league. You don't want to spend too much time in your own zone, but if I can keep that up and can keep helping us get out of our own end and back into the attacking side, and that's what I want to do.
What about the continuity you're building with Darnell? You guys have played almost exclusively together now for quite a while. You've played with a lot of guys over the time, but how important is that, and how much more comfortable are you kind of knowing where he is without having to look?
He makes it really easy for me. He works hard for me, and he really talks a lot, and he's a really good player. So, for my side, I just try to do my job. Make sure I'm defending well, make sure I'm beside him, talking to him, supporting him. But I think we've been doing a good job.
We've heard a little bit about these measuring stick games here recently. You beat Pittsburgh, that sort of stuff. What does that do for your confidence?
I think it just shows you that you can compete with anybody. On any given night, as long as you're ready and you prepare yourself, well mentally and physically. I think you can give yourself the best chance to win, any night.
Speaking of that, Ethan, you guys' record in 1-goal games is pretty damn good. Just what's kind of led to that? What's the confidence level like when you guys are in a tight game on the bench there?
I think just knowing we got the personnel to stay in it and claw back and win these games. I think everyone's just sticking with it, and knowing that it's a long game. You got to play a full 60 to win. So as long as we just when we go down and just stay hungry, knowing that we're still in it, and pretty much just have that mindset, and it's been paying off.
Can you discuss a little bit about? You set a pretty high goal for yourself, and you and I talked a month ago or so about just how you really changed things back in December. But here we are now. You've all the work you put in, and you're seeing the results of that. Are you able to enjoy that moment? Do you kind of take it in? Does it fuel you even more? Can you discuss just doing the work to reach a goal and then being in that goal?
Yeah, well, it's just now it's just about staying consistent. But no, I'm enjoying every bit of it, right from the start, right from camp, right till this point. It's all been a lot of fun for me. It's been it's been really good. I'm happy I did the things I did, and now it's just staying focused, staying hungry, and just trying to grow each day.
And Jimmy Playfair has been around the league a long time, worked with a lot of defensemen. Him and I were discussing. He raves about your ability to move the puck. What has little tidbits has he given you so far that's helped your game?
There's actually a lot through video, and he'll just positional wise, he really helps me quite a bit. And then he knows when there's games when I'm struggling, I'm fighting the puck, I'm not moving it as well. He helps me be more direct, tells me little things that I should do. Just focus on this part, and then your game will come. And then he just helps me stay calm out there. But he guides me in the right directions of my positional play and making sure me and Doc are on the same page. But he's really good.